The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and/or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of FRC Media, Bristol Community College, or the City of Fall River.
Happy Wednesday. Thank you for joining us as always here on FRC Media. I'm Keith Tebow, and as our Wednesday guest every week, joining us again this week is the Mayor of the City of Fall River, Mayor Paul Coogan. Mayor, how are you today?
Doing okay, Keith. How about you?
I am doing very well. I want to start with an issue that was first reported by the Fall River Reporter. They had a story over the past couple of weeks that two of the police unions, the Superior Officers Association and the Patrolmen's Association, did a poll of their rank and file and talked about no confidence in Chief Paul Gauvin. We've reached out to the chief and also to the Patrolmen's Association. We have not heard back. What do you know about the situation? And have you met with any of the entities involved?
Right. I think I know that about 7 or 8 days ago, maybe a little longer, a little shorter, they started doing a ballot on their confidence in Chief Gauvin. They went around to all the members and they got their opinion on what they thought of the chief as a chief, what his leadership was like, and they compiled it and came to see me on Monday. The superiors and the patrolmen, the two biggest unions down there, came together. And again, the numbers were what they were. They were very, very strong voting and no confidence for the chief. I've since met with the chief a couple times. This is a very, very sticky situation. There's a lot of discontent down there. It's not unique to Fall River. It happens in other communities. New Bedford's done it a few times. And we're trying to work our way through this to see what's best for the safety of the residents in the city of Fall River. I mean, the chief just left the office. I saw him this morning down at the 9/11 memorial ceremony, and we talk frequently, and we're trying to make sure we keep things going on an even keel. I think the police department does a great job keeping the people safe in the city of Fall River, and I want to make sure that that's as strong as it can be. And again, I tell everybody the same thing. The chief's my friend, and I hope he can ride this out, but it's extremely difficult when you have two unions who are not in any way, shape, or form working with you, to promote your leadership style. I appointed the chief. I appointed the last chief, Jeff Cardoza, and I did work with the third chief, Al Dupere. I know that is a brutal job. There are so many moving parts in our police departments that we want to make sure we're doing what's best for the residents of the city of Fall River. And I believe everybody feels that way. The chief, the union, the admin, and we will work together to come to a resolution to this.
Do you still have confidence then? It appears that you do in Chief Gauvin.
I do have confidence in him, but at the same time, I also acknowledge the fact that there's 200 people that work up there, the vast majority of which don't have confidence in him. So it's like every other team there is. I mean, if I'm the coach and I have confidence in the quarterback, and the offensive line and the wide receivers and the running backs don't, it's going to make for a tough working relationship with the team. And that's what we're talking about. That's a team of men and women that protect the city of Fall River. It's got to work, as one unit. And that's my concern. And is it a matter of a patch up? Is it a matter of them just not wanting to talk to him? Is it a matter of him not wanting to work with them? I don't know all the factors. We're getting to the bottom of it. Like I said, met with the chief today. So I'm sure going forward that things will work out.
All right. Any time frame in your mind? Sooner rather than later, I would hope, right?
Thank you, Keith. I hope that we come to some kind of a resolution. I wish it was 3 days ago, but there's work to do.
All right. Moving on, I know a while back, the city, of course, we talked about this on a couple of occasions. The city receiving quite a bit of money from the Commonwealth in terms of an opioid settlement agreement that the state reached with a number of pharmaceutical companies, and the city's receiving millions of dollars over the next, I believe, 15 years or so. Do you have an update? I know there's a committee that's involved, an advisory committee on looking at best ways to spend those monies. Do you have an update on how their work is moving forward and whether any of those monies have been allocated yet?
The monies I know that have been allocated, Keith, has been like $100,000 to work with our FAST team to get people into sober living. Sober houses are where sometimes people go after they go to detox, after they hit a step down program, then they need a place to live, or we send them back out to our homeless camps. So I think we've been able to place roughly 26 people into sober living. That was $100,000 out of our opioid money. We've also worked with the Florida Public Schools and even some of the other schools to get a curriculum in here. I'm not sure the cost of it. It has a strong, health message related to not using drugs. And there's going to be something coming up with the Heron Project, which will come up and do a speech at Durfee. So we're using the money, the majority of it, to try to strengthen programs in the city of Fall River, protect people in the city that we want to do better by. And I don't think we've given out a lot yet, but we're working on it. And the opioid committee's been meeting regularly to hear proposals. Some have merit, some are not as strong as the others. So there'll be announcements where the money's going shortly. But right now, we're trying to keep the money, the majority of it, give the taxpayers in Fall River a break and use it to support our city.
Is there any opportunities to maybe use some of that money to go toward the homeless population? I mean, the situation at the Tomeo Center, their program had to be shut down because they were funded by ARPA funds, and they needed to close earlier this year. They still have the Overflow Center. Is there any possibility that could happen?
The money can be used for homeless people that are addicted to drugs or alcohol. To blanket a place is a little more difficult because they want that money in the opioid settlement to help people that are fighting that illness, and that's kind of where we're going. So although we can use some for some of the residents, it would maybe go back to the Tomeo Center or the First Step In. At the same time, we got to be very judicious in how that money goes out, because I know what that money's targeted for. And that's why our FAST team is going into the homeless camps and talking to people that are suffering from addiction one-on-one, and seeing if we can get them into programs out of those camps and into a start of something better in their life. And we've had pretty good success. I did speak with Nikki Fontaine the other day. We've had a few that left sober houses and fell back. One came back 2 days later. So they're trying to get themselves cleaned up, which is what we want. We want people to be healthy, living in our city, and that's where that is. But we keep working. That's all we can do.
Yeah. All right. And finally, this week, with summer unofficially over, still about 10 days or so, a little less than 10 days in terms of the official begin of fall. I know we talked about how the success of the summer programs across Fall River, really engaged a lot of the residents in Fall River. Let's look ahead a little bit. I know that there's some events coming up in the fall. And of course, we're looking forward to the winter months. What are some of the things that you can, kind of fill us in the short term here?
Tomorrow, Bicentennial, we have the Cops and Barbers. It's a fishing thing. I think there's like 50-something people already signed up. They get a fishing pole and they go down, and they have people from the police department and conservation officers from the state of Massachusetts, which help kids learn how to fish. We've also got yoga on the pier, which is going back after the summer. It's going to be the 16th to 23rd. The Fabric Festival's coming up in October. We have our Disney called The Little Merman. We have a Disney show at Durfee High School. And that's $15. That's November 9th, and that's a great show for kids. A lot of Disney characters, a lot of Disney music. It's a way to get families together to go out and enjoy an afternoon. And the money is going to be raised for the Christmas parade. And we also have trunk or treat. I get so many things I'm telling you because they're all coming up fast and furious now. October 23rd at the old Durfee Auditorium, the old one again next to Spencer Morton. We have the movie Hocus Pocus there. There's going to be candy given out. It's going to be a great time. Tattoos, face painting, candy. It's a lot going on, and that's going to be October 4th at Durfee. And the movie again is Hocus Pocus. And to raise money for this, we got a tremendous performer coming to the Narrows on September 28th. Liz Longley, go to their website to buy tickets or call the mayor's office. It's $40. It's a great show. I've seen her a few times. She puts on a spectacular show. And it's something to do on a Saturday night. Go out to eat, spend some money in Fall River and see a show. The summer wrapped up great because we had our concerts in the park. We had our Narrows show on the pier. We had a number of activities, a number of feasts. It was a very, very busy summer in the city of Fall River. And going forward, we just figure we'll keep things rolling.
Yep. As long as you can, and especially with a lot of the outdoor events, we've been fortunate with weather in terms of, being able to do a lot of things outside. So all good stuff happening coming up. All right, Mayor, as always, thank you for your time. We'll talk again soon. Take care.
Okay, Keith, thank you.
All right. And thank you for joining us as always on FRC Media. Have a great week.